Hi, welcome back to ChemTube channel. I'm Jaku Wong. Today we are going to look at SBP Paper 1. Let's start. Okay, question 1. What is the process occur when a volume of water in a pot decreases during a hot day? Okay, so what is the process here? When it is not heating or not boiling process, it is undergoes evaporation. Evaporation means from the liquid change to gas through the hot air weather and so on, not through boiling. Okay, condensation will be from gas to liquid, sublimation from gas to solid or solid to gas. Then boiling will be liquid to gas as well, but through heating process now. Okay, so the answer not D should be C. Okay, question number 2. What is mean by covalent bond? Okay, a bond when formed when metal atoms, so covalent bond is the non-metal atom, so A out already. B, a bond formed when a metal atom transfer electrons to non-metal. Actually, this is the for ionic bond, so B also out. Okay, C, a bond formed when a weak van der Waals force between the non-metal atoms. Okay, then D, a bond formed when a non-metal share electrons to achieve a stable electron arrangement. So C and D, which one is correct or more correct to describe the covalent bond? Yeah, so covalent should be bond should be the sharing of electrons between the non-metal atoms. Okay, so should be D. C is this one is between the atoms with atoms. For example, during when we want to explain the boiling point or melting point. Okay, then we only explain using the weak van der Waals force. Okay, number 3, which equation represent a neutralization reaction? So neutralization reaction, it must be acid react with alkali or base to produce salt and water. Okay, now we check one by one. Okay, A, this one is acid, this one is a metal, so metal out already. Okay, acid with magnesium oxide produce salt and water. Okay, this one looks correct. Now we check again. Acid, okay, with copper 2 carbonate is a salt actually. Copper 2 chloride is a salt, and then carbon dioxide and water. So here it has extra carbon dioxide because in the neutralization only consists of salt and water only. So C also out now. Okay, D, this one is a weak acid, ethanoic acid with this is alcohol. So not the salt or not the base or alkali. So this one also out. So the answer is B. Okay. Now question number 4. Diagram 4 shows the electron arrangement of the atom of element Y. Y. Okay. So which elements react with Y to form a covalent compound? So element Y, let's see. The electron arrangement will be 2, 7. Okay, 2, 7 will be group 17. Okay, it's a non-metal. So which one will react with or combine with group 17 to form the covalent compound, means sharing the electrons, sharing electrons. Okay, then it must be non-metal share electrons with non-metal. Okay, so let's see the answer. A, argon. Argon is group 18, so it's already achieved octet, so not react. Okay, carbon, okay, group 14. I think group 14 is correct because it's 2,4, so it can share the electrons with the Y, so it becomes CY4. Okay, share the electrons. Sodium is a metal because group 1 is a metal, so no. Magnesium is group 2, so it's a metal also, so the answer is B. Okay, number 5. Okay, which gas will change the moist blue lemon pepper to red the fastest when the pepper is placed in the same distance from the gas? Okay, so the concept here, moist blue lemon pepper to red will be acidic now, acidic. So the fastest, move fastest or diffuse fastest, diffuse fastest. Okay, so this one we will use the concept of lighter. If the gas is lighter, meaning that it can move faster. If the gas is heavier, means it can only move slowly. Okay, now we can check the molar mass. So we just see which one is the lightest, then it will be the fastest diffusion. Okay, this question is very simple because already calculated the molar mass for you. Sometimes in the question, it will give you the AR, then ask you to calculate yourself. Okay, this one already calculated, so we can see HCl is the lightest. Hydrogen chloride, chloride gas. Okay, it will diffuse very fast because it is very light. Okay, which of the following is an endothermic reaction? Endothermic reaction is a reaction that absorbs heat from surrounding. Okay, so let's see A, solid ammonium nitrate dissolved in water. Yeah, so ammonium salt, for example, ammonium nitrate, ammonium chloride, ammonium sulfate, when dissolved in water, all are endothermic. So just remember, so A should be the answer. Okay, B, sodium hydroxide in water, hydrochloric acid dissolved in silver nitrate, this is precipitation. Dilute nitric hydrochloric acid with potassium hydroxide is a neutralization. So B, C, D all are exothermic, means release heat to surrounding. Okay, question number 7. Which of the following is the correct change in the property of elements across the period in the periodic table? Okay, so what is the changes? Correct change. Okay, number 1, atomic radius increase, should be decrease now. Relative atomic mass decrease. Okay, relative atomic mass should be increase. Increase because the proton number increase. Okay, the number of protons increase. Okay, yeah, this one is correct now. The number of valence electrons decrease, should be increase. Okay, so this one very straightforward. Okay, number 8. Which of the pair of the metal in the vortex cell, okay, give the lowest, okay, lowest voltmeter reading? Okay, lowest. Okay, so actually the voltmeter reading, okay, in the electrochemical series, if the distance, let's say A from B, okay, the distance is very far. Okay, so the voltage will be very high. If the distance between the two metals is very close, like say A and C, the distance is very close in the electrochemical series, so voltage will be low. Okay, now we check one by one. Magnesium and copper, okay, is quite far. Zinc and copper also far. Zinc and iron with copper, and then tin and copper. So based on the knowledge, okay, you should know the distance between the tin and the copper will be the closest. Okay, so to be D. Okay, question number 9. Diagram shows the setup of apparatus to determine the empirical formula of oxide of metal X. So here, if you see this apparatus, this is using the crucible with the lid. Then the metal X will react with the oxygen from the A. Okay, because metal X is a reactive metal. So if you see this apparatus, you have to know it is for reactive metal. How do you know it is a reactive metal? Okay, we can see the reactivity series of the metal here. So as long as it is higher than hydrogen in the reactivity series here, so we can use this apparatus. So normally zinc, aluminium, magnesium, calcium, or this, but normally is using the magnesium now. But actually, if here, all can use this kind of apparatus. If lower than hydrogen, like iron, tin, lead, copper, this, okay, we can use the combustion tube. Okay, flows the hydrogen gas. Okay. So here we can see, so what is X? So here, if you know this reactivity series, is very easy for us to determine. So iron is here, so cannot. Lead also no. Zinc, okay, yes. Copper, no. So the answer is C. Okay. Okay. Question number 10. A solution was tested with aqueous ammonia, and a white precipitate which is soluble in excess ammonia was formed. So what is the cations present? So here, okay, I'd like to show you, if we want to test for the ammonia. Again, there are 3 possibilities. Okay, so we use the how do we memorize it? Okay, Chari, Map, Zu. Okay, so Chari stands for calcium ions. Map, we use the first letter, so magnesium, aluminium, and then P is black. Zu is zinc. Okay, so what is the observation? Okay, if calcium for ammonia should be no observation, no change. So meaning that you will form a colorless solution. Okay. Then for the map, map here, okay, so this is, it will form a precipitate, and then it is insoluble in excess ammonia. Okay, so meaning that the white precipitate, it will be remains there, the white precipitate. Then for the zinc, okay, it will be soluble in excess ammonia. Okay, so meaning that once you put in a few drops of ammonia, then you form the white precipitate. But if you put in excess ammonia, so it will becomes colorless solution. Okay, so soluble in excess. So based on this, we can see. Okay, aluminium, no. Okay, so zinc is the answer. Oh. Okay, 11. Okay, diagram shows the apparatus to purify the silver. So under purification, you have to remember 3 things. Okay, number 1, at the anode, you have to put in the impure metal. For the cathode, you have to put in the pure metal. Then the electrolyte, okay, you have to put in the metal ions to be purified. Okay, so let's check A naught here, A naught is positive, so it's metal P. Okay, negative is a T. Okay, now we check one by one. Okay. P is carbon, so carbon, no, you are not going to purify the carbon. This also no. Okay, so P should be impure silver. Okay, so impure silver, check. T is pure silver, and silver nitrate, yes. Okay, contains the silver ions, so D is the answer. Okay, here I want to mention about sometimes the silver ions, right? The electrolyte. If sometimes you see the silver chloride, silver chloride is a non-electrolyte, because it is the insoluble salt. Okay, it exists at the solid state, and then it is insoluble. It has no freely moving ions, so it cannot become the electrolyte. So 10 note on that. Okay, 12. Which of the following is most suitable reactants used to prepare the calcium sulfate? Okay, so calcium sulfate is the insoluble salt. So calcium and the ion, sulfate ions. Calcium and the sulfate. Okay. So you have to prepare two solutions. Okay. Contains calcium and the sulfate ions. So we have to see it cannot be the solid or insoluble salt. Okay, so calcium oxide. Okay, calcium oxide is solid, so out already. Calcium carbonate also insoluble salt, solid, so out. Calcium is the metal is a solid, so cannot. Calcium nitrate, yes, solution. Then zinc sulfate, yes. So D is the answer. Okay. Okay, 13. Table 13 shows the atomic radius and reactivity of elements in the periodic table. So element chlorine, bromine, and iodine. Atomic radius, you can see is increased. Reactivity, okay, decrease. So which of the following is correct about the elements? Correct about the elements. So this is group 17, Group 17. Okay. Now A, reactivity increase as proton number decrease. Proton number increase. Okay. So reactivity should be decrease now. Then reactivity increase as the attraction force of the nucleus and the electrons increase. This one should be correct. Okay. Reactivity decrease as the molar mass increase. Okay. This one is not directly related to the reactivity. Okay. Then reactivity decrease as the attraction force increase. Okay. So this one should be wrong. Should be attraction force, because group 17 you need to attract 1 electrons. Okay. So if the attraction force is getting stronger, it can easily attract the electrons. So this one is wrong. So it should be B is the answer. Okay. If you have any question, you can write at the comment below. Okay, 14. The following solution has the same concentration. Which solution has the lowest pH value? Lowest pH value means the strongest acid. Then nitric acid is strong acid. Methanoic acid is a weak acid. Calcium hydroxide is a base. Potassium hydroxide is alkali. So A is the answer. Okay, 15. Which of the following is not a characteristic of catalyst? Okay, we look one by one. Catalyst is specific. Okay, correct. Catalyst affect the quantity of the product. Okay. Product, it won't affect the quantity of the product. Okay, so please take in note. The chemical properties of catalyst remain unchanged. Yes. Physical properties will change, but chemical properties will not change. Only a little amount of the catalyst needed to alter or change the rate of reaction. Correct. So only B is not the characteristic now. Okay, 16. Which of the following is unsaturated hydrocarbons? Unsaturated hydrocarbons mean it contains a carbon double bond. Okay. So alkane, yes. Alkane, no, or a single bond. Alcohol, no carbon double bond. Ester, also no carbon double bond. So A is the answer. Okay, 17. Digital communication plays a very important role in modern living. Effective transmission of data, voices and images in a digital format require a suitable materials. Okay, so what is the material used? So here actually we use the copper. Copper is the old one, or we use the ceramics. For example, in Malaysia, ceramics is under using the copper. Okay, yeah. Fiber optic, yes, use the lights. Fiberglass, no. Superconductor, no. So B is the answer. Okay, question 18. Diagram 18 shows the apparatus set up in one of the steps to prepare a salt. Okay, so this is under titration method. Okay, so titration method is preparation of soluble salt. Soluble salt of anak, N-A-A-K. Anak stands for what? Ammonium. Na is sodium, and then potassium. Okay, ammonium is NH4, sodium is Na plus, potassium is K plus. So let's check one by one. Okay, iron, okay, no iron. Lead, no. Ammonium chloride, yes. Aluminium, no. Okay, so be careful, not aluminium, is ammonium. Ammonium chloride. Okay, next, 19. What is the type of food additives for vitamin C and vitamin E? Or vitamin here, or all refer to the antioxidants to reduce the oxidation. Okay, reduce oxidation. Okay. Okay, 20. Atom P and Q, they have same electron arrangement of 287. Which of the following is correct about the atom Q has two more neutrons than the atom of P? Okay, so what is the concept here? Actually, they are isotopes. Isotope. Okay, so you can roughly we can list out. There's a P, same proton number, 287, so in 17. So here two more. So actually, if we know this, it will be chlorine, 35, and Q will be 17, and then 37. Okay. So actually, you don't know this, also never mind. In this one, you just need to know that they are isotopes. So we check one by one. Atom P has smaller atomic size. Okay, no, they have same size, atomic size. Atom Q has bigger number of proton. No, because they have isotope have the same proton number. P has same chemical properties as Q. Yes, they have same valence electrons because 17 to 87 same valence electrons. Atom Q has different number of positive charge particles in its nucleus. No, they are the same. Same should be same. So C is the answer. Okay, 21. Diagram shows the electron arrangement of atom Y and Z. Y and Z. Okay, a compound form. Okay, let's check one by one. Y, it has 2, 8, 3. Okay, Y is 2, 8, 3. How about Z? 2, 6, 2, 6. 2, 8, 3 is the matter. Z is the non-matter. Okay, how do we know? Group 13 is the matter. Group 16 is the non-matter. Oh, yeah. So matter, non-matter, there will be ionic compound. Okay, so which one is the correct physical properties? High volatile, no, this is for covalent. High melting point, yes. As this is like liquid, no. Does not conduct electricity in a molten state, no. Molten state should be able to conduct electricity because it has freely moving ions. So B is the answer. Question 22. Diagram 22 shows the apparatus set up to investigate a redox reaction. The solution in change color from orange to green. Orange to green. So orange to green, you have to know it is acidified potassium dichromate 6. Okay. So orange change to green. Okay. It is undergoes reduction. Okay. And it becomes the oxidizing agent. Okay. So meaning that substance Y, it should be a reducing agent. Okay, undergoes oxidation itself. Okay. So here, what is Y? What is the reducing agent? Strong reducing agent. So we can check one by one, see whether it undergoes oxidation or not. Okay. So for example, chlorine. Okay, during a reaction, chlorine will change to chloride, right? Chloride, we can check the oxidation number. This one is 0, this one is -1. So decrease in oxidation number, so it's reduction. Okay, no, so A is not the answer. Iron 3, so iron 3, normally it will change to iron 2. Okay, so +3, +2, so the reduction also. Okay, reduction, I use the symbol reduction. Potassium iodide, so iodide to iodine. Okay, so this one, yes, lost electron, so this one undergoes oxidation. The acidified potassium manganate 7, this one also oxidizing agent, so undergoes reduction. This one also out. So C is the answer. So okay, next 23. Okay, which of the substance has the same number of atoms as 1 mole of sulfur dioxide? Okay, so here 1 mole of sulfur dioxide inside this one is a molecule. So meaning that if we want to find the number of atoms, so actually is the mole times the Na times the number of atoms inside here. So inside the sulfur dioxide molecule, it has 1 sulfur, 2 oxygen atoms, so total is 3 atoms here. So here need 2 times 3. Okay, so meaning that 1 more is 1, right? 1 times 3, so meaning that 3 times Na. So here we check one by one which one will get the same as 3 times Na. Okay, so here half mole, so half mole is half times Na times chlorine gas is Cl2, so there are 2 here, so 2, so meaning that this one is 1 times Na. So A is out now, not 3. Okay, 3 over 4. Okay, 3 over 4 times the Na times ammonia is NH 3. So total N plus 3. So 4 times 4. So meaning that is 3 times Na. So I think this one should be the answer, B. But we check one by one again. Okay, 3 over 2. This one carbon dioxide is CO2. So 2 over 3 times Na times 3, right? Okay, so this one is 2 times Na. Okay, the last one, methane. Methane is CH4. So is 1 over 3 times Na times 5, right? 1 plus 4, 5. So is 5 over 3 times Na. So only B is correct. Okay. Okay, question 24. Diagram shows the structural formula for two types of rubber. Let's see one by one. Rubber E. Okay, you can see like this, and then this is rubber G. Okay, so you can recognize it easily if it has sulfur linkage like this. We know this is the vulcanized rubber. Okay, then this one is a natural rubber, we call it unvulcanized rubber. Okay, so which one is the properties of rubber G compared to rubber E? So rubber G is a vulcanized rubber now. So vulcanized rubber, so easier oxidized? Oh, no, it is harder to oxidize. Okay, lower melting point. Okay, no, it is higher, stronger, more elastic. So 3 and 4, 3 and 4. So D is the answer. Okay, 25. Which pair of the solution produce the highest heat of neutralization when reacted highest? Okay, so highest neutralization, so meaning that we need to pick strong acid and strong alkali. Okay, so this one, sulfuric acid with potassium hydroxide. Okay, so strong acid. This one is a diprotic acid, strong diprotic acid. Then methanoic acid, this one is weak acid, this one strong. Sulfuric acid with ammonia, this one is weak alkali. Methanoic acid, weak alkali, weak acid, weak alkali. So no, A is the answer. Okay. 26. Table shows the type of bond and the chemical formula of the compound. So if ionic, then J2W. J2W. So here actually we can predict it. J should be +1, W should be 2 minus, so that when we interchange the numbers it becomes J2W. So which one is the correct statement about J and W? Okay, so we can check. J is 2, 6. Okay, it should be group 1 now, 1 valence electrons. Then W is, okay, this one is reverse, reverse. So A is out already. Okay, B. When atom J has 1 valence electrons while W has 6 valence electrons. Yes. So meaning that initially 1 valence electron lost 1 electrons become J +1. Then W 6 valence electrons, so need to gain another 2 electrons, so becomes 2 minus. So B should be correct now. We check C. Atom J accept 1 electron, so should be released. So out already. Atom J contribute 2 electrons and contribute 1 electron. If the wording contribute normally is for covalent compound sharing of electrons. So this is also out. So B is the answer. 27. Okay, the following equation represent a reaction. Okay, acid with metal carbonate. Okay, calcium carbonate produce a calcium chloride and carbon dioxide and water. Which of the following method is most suitable to increase the rate of reaction? Okay, what should we do? Okay, let's check one by one. Okay, use the smaller size of calcium carbonate. Okay, yes. Decrease the volume of sulfuric acid. No. Replace the sulfuric acid with hydrochloric acid. Let's see. Okay, I think this one is typing error. Okay, so this one no, because initially is using the hydrochloric acid already. Decrease the concentration of, okay, should be increase the concentration. So it's A. Okay, A is the answer. Okay. 28. The following are the observations obtained from the salt R reaction of salt R. So a white precipitate is formed when R reacts with sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid contains of sulfate ions. Okay, a yellow precipitate is formed when the R reacts with potassium iodide. Okay, potassium iodide means Ki. Ki. Or here, if yellow precipitate refer to lead 2 iodide, so meaning that contains the lead and the sulfate. So lead 2 sulfate. So here, so initially should be lead nitrate now. Lead nitrate. Okay, because when lead nitrate with sulfuric acid, so it forms a lead sulfate. Lead sulfate, which is white precipitate. Precipitate. Okay, then if react with potassium iodide, it forms the lead 2 iodide, which is yellow precipitate. Okay, question 29. Okay, diagram shows the apparatus for the combination of cell 1 and cell 2. Okay. Question 29. Diagram shows the apparatus for combination of cell 1 and cell 2. Both electrode X and Y are carbon electrons, or are carbon electrodes for X and Y. So this one is carbon, this one also carbon. So which of the following ions attracted to electrode Y? Okay, here. So what is the ions attracted to here? Okay, so here actually you need to know, okay, this is looks like a vortex cell or chemical cell because no battery, but you have to be careful here. So copper and the magnesium, different electrons dip into the magnesium nitrate and the copper 2 sulfate solution. Actually this one becomes a vortex cell and then becomes like a battery for the cell number 2. So you have to know that this is cell 1 actually is the vortex cell. So actually becomes a battery to the cell number 2. So here actually we can determine the anode and the cathode. Magnesium and copper. So magnesium is more electropositive because it is higher position in the electrochemical series. Okay. So copper is lower, so it becomes a cathode. No? Okay. So once you know the electrodes already, okay, the one connected to magnesium becomes a negative here. This one is positive. But here, negative is called cathode, no? Positive is called anode here. Okay. So here, the question asks you the Y. Y is, you know, is a negative terminal. So meaning that in the electrolyte, you have to focus to the positive ions. So inside there, you have copper 2 ions and then the hydrogen ions. So hydrogen and copper, which one is selectively discharged? Okay, so the one lower in the ECS would be copper. Copper will be discharged. Okay, but the question here, which one attract to electrode Y? So no need to pick the which one discharge. If discharge will be copper, but here just mention which ions attracted to here, so it will be copper and hydrogen ions. Okay, number 30. Okay, bridge pillars which are exposed to water will rust easily. Bridge pillars normally made from the iron. Okay, in order to protect the pillars from rusting, so it is usually attached to another metal. So what are the other metal used? So actually I provide you the electrochemical series here. So actually from here you can determine the metals to be used to protect the iron from rusting. So very easy. Okay, iron is here. Okay, Fe. So in order, if you want to protect the iron from rusting, you need to choose the more electropositive metal. Okay, but never choose sodium and potassium because they are too reactive. So normally you can choose magnesium, aluminium, or zinc. Okay, don't choose below the iron. This one will accelerate the rusting, or speed up the rusting. So you can choose any metal from here. So is zinc, okay, can, silver cannot, copper cannot, tin also cannot. So is B is the answer. Question 31. A mixture of liquid X and butanoic acid heated slowly, and the presence of 3 drops of concentrated sulfuric acid, a substance with a sweet smell is produced. So this is esterification. Okay, so what is liquid X? So liquid X should be this is ethanoic acid, so liquid X should be alcohol. So alcohol, let's check. Okay, B is the answer. Okay, 32. Okay, burning of propane. In the excess, oxygen release carbon dioxide gas and water. Excess carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere will cause the global warming. So what is the volume of carbon dioxide gas released if 4.4 grams of propane burns completely? Okay, so here first one we have to write out the chemical equation first. So propane C3H8. So during the combustion react with oxygen, so you produce carbon dioxide and water. So balance the equation first. Okay, carbon 3, so times 3, hydrogen 8, so here 2 times 4. So total up the oxygen first. 3 times 2, 6, 6 plus 4, so 10. So this one times 5. So it's balanced chemical equation. Okay, so first we have to calculate the equation number of mole for the propane first. Mole for propane C3H8. So it's mass 4.4 over molar mass C3H8. So C3H8. C is 12 times 3 plus H is 1 times 8. So total is 44. Okay, so 44. So is 0.1 mole. Okay, so number 2 we have to do is the mole ratio. Mole ratio. Okay, 1 mole of propane produce 3 moles of carbon dioxide. So it means if 0.1 mole of propane will produce 1 to 3 means times 3, 0.3 moles of carbon dioxide. So finally we need to find the volume of carbon dioxide. So meaning that is 0.3 mole times molar volume is 24. So you will get 7.2 cubic decimeter. Okay, yeah. So it's D is the answer. Okay, 33. Table shows the concentration and the pH value for two different solutions. So V in U, same concentration, and pH is different. So pH lower meaning that strong acid. This one weak acid. Okay. So we check one by one. Okay, solubility of the solution V water lower than U. So solubility should be, this one should be higher. One is out. 2, concentration of hydrogen ions is in the V is higher than, okay, correct, because higher concentration means strong acid. V is an acid while U is alkali. No, U also alkali because pH lower than 7. Okay, 3 out. Okay, 4, degree of ionization of solution V is higher. So V is higher than, okay, so correct. So it will be 2 and 4. Will be D is the answer. Okay, 34. What is the number of hydrogen atoms in 8 grams of methane? So methane, you have to know the formula is CH4. Huh? Okay, so hydrogen atoms. So hydrogen atoms means more times methane gas. Okay, more times the Na times the hydrogen atom. Okay, now first one we check first. Okay, so 8 grams of methane, mole first. Methane CH4. So it's 8 over CH4. So CH4 is 12 plus 4 is 16. So 16. So meaning that is 0.5 mole. Okay. So number of hydrogen atoms. So mole is 0.5 times Na times hydrogen atom inside here got 4 hydrogen, so times 4. So you will get, okay, so 2 times Na. So Na is here 6.02, so you will get C is the answer, 1.204. Okay, times 10 power 24. Okay, 35. Okay, this one is a current issue questions. Okay, COVID-19 outbreak hit the world population in December 2019. Diagram shows the PPE worn by the health worker in the dealing with the pandemic. Okay, so what is polymer X? Okay, so actually this one normally we will use polyethylene. Okay, I have checked through the internet. Okay, so polyethylene. But when I check the answer here is not no polyethylene structure. Okay, actually A is what? A is perspex. Okay. Perspex normally used for lenses, okay, or safety glasses. Okay, B is what? B is polypropylene. Okay, polypropylene can replace the polyethylene. Okay, then this one is what? This one is actually is the natural rubber, polyisoprene. Okay, natural rubber. So it's not very suitable to make the PPE actually. And then D actually is what? D actually is neoprene. Okay, neoprene. Okay, you can find from the NOx what is the uses, but it's not suitable for PPE. So B is. Okay, question 36. Diagram shows the apparatus for the displacement reaction. So magnesium put into the copper 2 sulfate solution. So if we see the equation, so magnesium put into the copper 2 chloride, so it forms a magnesium chloride and the copper is being displaced. So if we check the oxidation number, magnesium is 0, magnesium chloride is +2. So magnesium +0 to +2 increase in oxidation number, so undergoes oxidation. So copper 2 is +2 to 0, so undergoes reduction. Reduction. So which one is correct about the reaction? So copper 2 ions is oxidized. Okay, so copper 2 ions is reduced. So A is out. Copper undergoes reduction. Okay, so actually it's not copper, should be copper 2 ions, not copper. So magnesium release electrons. Yes, release electron undergoes oxidation. So oxidation number of magnesium is decreases, so it should be increases. So C is the answer. Okay, 37. Sulfur dioxide is one of the food additives in the carbonate drinks. Okay, which of the following correct about the function? So actually sulfur dioxide is a preservative. Preservative to make the carbonate drinks can last longer. So give the sour taste, no. Retain the color, no coloring. Produce more bubble gas, no. So it slows down the growth of bacteria. Okay, 38. Diagram shows the apparatus for the experiment to construct a reactivity series. Okay, so solid potassium manganate 7 actually is to produce oxygen gas when it is heated, and then pass through the glass wool and then react with the hot metal powder. Okay, so if the metal powder can burn brightly, means it is more reactive and higher in the electrochemical in the reactivity series. If it just glows only, so it will be less reactive. Okay, so table shows the observation when it is heated, PQRS. Okay, so P burns quickly with a bright flame, yellow residue when hot and white when cold. Okay, so this one, yellow residue when hot and white when cold. So this one we have to know that this is zinc oxide. Zinc oxide. So means P is zinc. Okay, burn vigorously. Okay, burns vigorously and quickly, meaning that this one is more reactive. Okay, more reactive. White residue. Okay, then glows dimly. This one is glows brightly. Okay, brown residue when hot and then yellow when cold. So actually this is lead oxide. So actually we can see the most reactive here will be the number 1, Q, because it burns vigorously. Number 2 is burns quickly. Once it can burn, mean quite reactive. Number 2. Number 3, glows brightly. Number 3. Number 4 will be glows dimly. So which of the following correct ascending order? Ascending order. So if we arrange it, Q will be the most reactive, highest, then P, then S, then R. Okay, then ascending order means from less reactive to more reactive. So meaning R, S, P, Q. R, S, P, Q. So A is the answer. Okay. Question 39. Okay, diagram shows the structural formula of the compound. Okay, so if you see this sulfonate, sulfonate, no need to know, no need to worry, it is detergent. So you have to remember this. Okay, so which one is correct about the compound? Okay, so can decompose by bacteria or cannot? Detergent is not environmental friendly, so it cannot decompose by bacteria. Non-biodegradable. Form precipitate when used in the seawater? No, it won't form, not forming. Forming in soluble salt when react with hot water, no, also not forming. Can remove grease on the cloth in the magnesium sulfate solution. Actually, magnesium sulfate, magnesium ions actually in the hot water, so it can remove, yes, it works effectively in hot water. Okay, 40. The reaction between 50 cubic centimeter of 2 mole per cubic decimeter nitric acid and potassium hydroxide release 5040 joule of heat. What is the temperature change of the mixture? So what is the theta? Okay, so this one is a Q, not the delta H. So here we can use the formula directly. Q equals to mc theta. So Q is given 5040 in joule. Make sure that it is in joule unit. M is the both solution mixed together, so 50 plus 50. So 50 plus 50. C is 4.2 given to you. Then theta is the one you need to find. So meaning that theta, you just find, use your calculator, you get is 12 degrees Celsius. C is the answer. Question 41. Table shows the observation of the oxide of elements in the period 3 of the periodic table added to nitric acid and sodium hydroxide solution. Okay, so oxide of matter, oxide of elements are in period 3. Okay, so the concept here, if it can react with acid, meaning that it is basic oxide. If it can react with sodium hydroxide alkali, so meaning that it is acidic oxide. Okay, so meaning that X, it dissolves to form the colorless solution, means it reacts with nitric acid, so meaning that this one is a basic oxide. Okay, why no change in the nitric acid but react with the sodium hydroxide? So meaning that this one is acidic oxide. Okay, then dissolve in nitric acid and sodium hydroxide, so this one is called amphoteric, means it can react with acid or alkali. Okay, so amphoteric. So which one is a group? Correct group. So amphoteric. Okay, so in the SPM level, remember, you just remember is referred to aluminium oxide. Aluminium is in the group 17, group 13. Okay, so acidic will be from group 15, 16, or 17. 15 to 17. Basic will be group 1 or 2. Okay, so X is group 2. Okay, 13 is amphoteric. 15 also no. Okay, Y is group 15. Okay, 13 no. Okay, so A, Z is 13, so it's correct. Question 42. Diagram shows an apparatus for electroplate and iron spoon. Okay, so this is electroplating. So electroplating, you have to know. Okay, so for the anode and the cathode. Okay, for cathode, you have to put the iron spoon there. The metal you want to be electroplated. So the anode you need to put the metals to electroplate the iron spoon. For example, here would be silver strip. Okay. Then the electrolyte contains the ions of the electroplated metal, that is the silver ions, meaning that it must got the silver ions. So after 30 minutes, no change was observed on the iron spoon. So what should be done to get the shiny gray layer on the iron spoon? Okay, so what is the problem actually? You see, the anode should be silver. so anode, okay, the electrode here, the terminal is wrong, okay, so it should be switch. So I think the answer should be one of it. Increase the number of dry cell, no. Clean the iron spoon, yeah, okay. Interchange the okay, so this is the main problem now, okay, yeah. So silver nitrate solution is okay, so no need to replace, so C is the answer. 43, what is the oxidation number for nitrogen in the nitrate ions? Okay, so nitrate ions is NO3 -1 minus. So the question asks you to find the oxidation number for the nitrogen. So how to calculate? Okay, now we want to find the N plus oxide. Now oxide is -2, there are 3 of it, times 3, so equals to -1. Okay, so N minus 6 equals to -1. So shift the -6 to the right hand side, so it becomes -1 plus 6, so it becomes plus 5. Okay, so the answer should be D. Okay, 44. Okay, diagram shows the flow chart of the change of few types of salt. Okay, barium chloride plus J forms a barium carbonate. So barium carbonate is insoluble salt. Okay, so insoluble salt you need to prepare by precipitation reaction. Next, 2 solutions. So barium produce the barium ions. Okay, then another one can be carbonate. So soluble salt of carbonate is ammonium, sodium, and potassium. So ammonium ions of carbonate, sodium, and potassium. Okay, so let's check J. Sodium carbonate, potassium carbonate, sodium carbonate, silver carbonate. Okay, these 3 correct. Zinc carbonate insoluble, so D is out already. But now we have to check the L. Okay, so barium carbonate is the metal carbonate react with L to produce a barium chloride solution. So barium chloride here, L, the metal carbonate should react with because this is an insoluble salt, so it needs to react with the acid. Okay, acid that contains the chloride. Chloride. So meaning that it should be hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. So it cannot use sodium chloride. So it should be C, the answer. Okay. 45. A standard solution is prepared by using the dilution method. So dilution method, we use the M1V1 equals to M2V2. M1V1 is before dilution, M2V2 is after the dilution. So what is the volume of distilled water needed to be added to 40 cubic centimeter of 1 mole per cubic decimeter sodium hydroxide solution with the concentration of 0.25. Okay, so meaning that this one is V1, this one is M1 before dilution, this one is M2 after dilution. So meaning that you need to find the V2, and then after that you need to find the distilled water. Okay, we replace in M1 is 1.0, V1 is 40 equals to M2 is 0.25, V2. So we need to find the V2. Okay, divide by 0.25, so you get is 160 cubic centimeter. Okay, so this is the total volume after the dilution. But you need to know the V2 actually is the V1 plus the water. So the question is asking you the volume of distilled water need added to it. So meaning that V1 is 40, right? Plus the distilled water equals to 160. So the water you need is 160 minus 40, so will be 120 cubic centimeter. So B is the answer. 46. Diagram shows a musical instrument made of the substance Z. So this is saxophone, so it makes from the brass. Brass actually is a combination of two metals. There are copper is 70%, and then another one is zinc around 30%. Okay, so which of the following shows the arrangement of atoms in the substance Z? So it has two types of metals, atoms. So A is a pure metal, so all are same sizes. No. Okay, this one got three types of different sizes. So this also not. So also no. Okay, so the answer be D. Okay. A diagram shows a graph of volume of hydrogen gas. Okay. Against time for the reaction between the zinc and the hydrochloric acid in two experiments. So zinc with hydrochloric acid, so it forms the zinc chloride, and hydrogen gas. Need to balance the equation, so this one times 2. Okay, so in experiment 1, so 50 cubic centimeter of 0.2 mole per cubic decimeter is heated at 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this one is excess zinc granules. Zinc granules. Okay, so what is the condition needed to obtain the curve as shown in the, okay, how to get the curve 2? Okay, so we have to calculate for the first one. First one we need to see the mole first. MV over 1000. M is 0.2, V is 50, so over 1000. So you will get around 0.01 mole. Okay, you can use your calculator and then try. So meaning that for this one 0.01 mole, so you will get this volume after times the molar volume 24. Okay, so meaning that the mole for the experiment 2 should be more than 0.01. Okay, next we check, and then number 2, set 2 or experiment 2, it has higher rate of reaction as well. Okay, so let's see volume and concentration is 25 times 0.4. Okay, initially is 50 times 0.2, so 0.4, but here if you calculate the mole also MV over 1000, you get the same 0.01 mole. So 0.01 mole times molar volume will be the same with this one. So A is out already. Okay, B also the same, 0.01, so also out. Okay, also out. So C, okay, same number of mole, 0.5. Okay, so this one also 0.01. So this one also out. Okay, yeah, this one if we use the MV over 1000, you get 0.015 mole. So this one will be higher mole times molar volume, you get a higher number of mole and a higher volume of the gas collected. And then temperature and then concentration is higher, so it will be having higher rate of reaction, and then higher temperature also will increase the rate of reaction. So the answer should be D. D should be the answer. Okay, 48. Following equation represent a chemical reaction in a compound. So react with water. So this is carbon-carbon double bond. So this is alkene. So this is propene. Okay, propene. So what should be compound P? So compound P. So propene with water. So this one is called hydration. Okay, hydration. So you forms a propanol. Okay, so propanol, it has two isomers. So meaning that the OH can goes to first carbon or second carbon. So meaning that you forms, if it goes to first carbon, be propane 1O. If go to the second carbon, okay, it's called propane 2O. Okay, so it cannot be propane. It can be propane 1O, propane 2O, propane 1,2-diol. No, because it has only one OH. So 2 and 3. 2 and 3, it should be C. Okay, 49. Okay, diagram shows the apparatus to investigate the transfer of electrons at a distance. Electrons flows move from the M to N through the connecting wire. So in other words, this one should be anode, this one should be cathode, because anode release the electrons and then undergoes oxidation. This one undergoes reduction. Then oxidation is the reducing agent. Okay, reduction is oxidizing agent. Okay, so let's see what is a possible one. Okay, so we choose the M first. M undergoes oxidation. So potassium iodide. So iodide to iodine. -1 to 0. So okay, this one can be correct. So W iron 3 to iron 2. So decrease in oxidation, so it should be undergoes reduction. So A should be the answer. Now we should let's see the B. Bromine to bromide. So this one is undergoes reduction. So out already. Iron 2 to iron 3. Okay, as oxidation, correct. Potassium iodide. Okay, this one also the same. This one should be oxidation. This one same as this one, the A. Then bromine, same. So this one cannot. Okay, this one can. So A is the answer. Okay, last question. Experiment conducted to determine the heat of displacement copper by magnesium. So copper 2 sulfate solution is measured, pour into the polystyrene cup, excess magnesium powder. So magnesium react with copper 2 sulfate, so produce a magnesium sulfate and copper. Okay, so the temperature from 29 to 56, so theta will be 56 minus 29, so you will get 27 degrees Celsius. Okay, so number of mole, because the magnesium is in the excess, so we do not calculate this one. We could calculate the number of mole for the copper 2 sulfate. So mole for copper 2 sulfate is MV over 1000. So M is 0.5, V is 50 over 1000. So you will get, use your calculator, 0.025 mole. Okay. Then after that, we need to find a Q equals to MC theta. So M is the is the volume of the copper 2 sulfate, so it's 50. 4.2 C theta is 27. Okay, so is 5 22670 joule or 5.67 kilojoule. Okay, so this is Q only. So finally we can calculate the heat of displacement is a Q over the mole. So 5.67 over 0.025 is 226.8 kilojoule per mole. So this is exothermic reaction, so we need to put a negative sign to show the heat is released. Okay, so the answer is B, 226.8 kilojoule per mole. Okay, so that's all for the paper 1 SBP year 2020. If you have any question you want to ask, you can write at the comment below, and then do subscribe my channel, and then share this video with your friends. Good luck to your SPM exam.